Voy a empezar lento y luego vamos a hacer el festejo, vamos a enganchar. Voy a empezar lento con algo lento para que empiecen a vacilar con el sonido nomás. No, después vas a hacer el festejo. Lento, solamente, ¿ya? Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Okay. Go ahead and start.
Okay.
Go for it.
Listo, ¿dónde pongo esto? Póngalo. Thank you. Thank you.
So, everybody, I would like to introduce. My name is Jenny Landfield, and this is our solstice ceremony. And we're going to continue with these incredible musicians, aren't they amazing? Like, wow, unbelievable. This is Oscar Reynolds and his son, Wosar.
Yeah,
Wosar. Oscar is a master Bolivian flautist and guitarist. His son has studied percussion and plays with him. He's going to be selling CDs afterwards. He's a beautiful heart and a beautiful soul, and as you can see, an amazing musician. So once I heard this, I was like, we just really need to hear a little bit more, don't you think? Would you like to hear a little bit more? Yeah. Okay. So we're officially saying hello, and it's started, and happy solstice, everybody. And let's hear some more beautiful music, shall we? Just relax. Woo! Thank you, Oscar. Thank you,
welcome.
Oscar.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. More or?
Yeah, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for listening. Thank you very much.
Oscar and
Thanks,
Waskar
thank you.
Reynolds.
Thank you.
It's in the family.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Waskar, for coming and joining your father.
We're very happy to be here in this event, playing for the solstices of the winter, and I'm very glad to be here with you guys, also with my son, because it's a blessing for me playing with him. I never thought play with him when I was little, and never done it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oscar's going to be back to do a ceremony for us a little bit later, just this kind of ceremony he would do outside or in the Berkeley Rose Garden or at Studio 39 or in the middle of Peru or wherever he would be guided to go. He plays everywhere. As a matter of fact, we met at a farmer's market, and I was like, what? I was mesmerized, and we became friends, and I'm so grateful that you're here tonight, Oscar. And thank you, Oscar, so much. How about it, everybody? Yeah. Just stunning musicianship. Doesn't wonderful musicianship just make you want to just melt? I was looking at everybody's faces, and it was just like, everybody was just like, yeah. So that's a good way to start at winter solstice, right? We want the snow to melt, and we want the sun to come back, so we're all getting kind of melty. You want to get more melty? Shall we get melty? Yeah, why not? So I'm Jenny Landfield, for anybody who doesn't know, and you're all so very welcome to our solstice program. We're going to have a nice variety of different things happening tonight. As you see, we had these wonderful Bolivian indigenous musicians. We also this evening have three representatives of the Contra Costa County piano composers. Would you three please stand up for us? Thank you, Mary, Dwight, and Christopher. Yes, and they are bringing with them compositions for the solstice to help us to celebrate the solstice together. So these are original compositions. So at that point in the program, they'll tell you a little bit about the composition, and we'll just flow with it. So, and we have wonderful, wonderful musicians. John Shin is with us. He's a classical, one of our classic Unity musicians. We have some beautiful dancers for you. Yeah, Marilyn and Katie will be performing a dance that is based on the teachings of Isadora Duncan, for anybody who knows Isadora Duncan. So we have a very special presentation with Christopher's music and their dance. So we have a really rich, rich program for you. We have Kaleo and Elise Chin, who are going to do sorry about that. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. They're going to be doing some Qigong for us. So there's just a lot going on. So I just wanted to say that we're doing a celebration tonight. It's not, where there's ceremonial aspects to it, but we're celebrating life. We're celebrating the light, of course, returning. We're celebrating the sunshine, but we're also celebrating that light which we are. And so the sun is reflecting that radiance that we are within ourselves, and that radiance that we can always, always utilize to the benefit of everybody, right? To the benefit of ourselves and to the benefit of everyone else. So this shining capacity that we have for love, that's also what we're celebrating. And I see so much beautiful, shining love out there. So just we're going to really relax tonight, and that's one of the things that is such a beautiful thing about just relaxing our minds and just relaxing and being together. But really, just invite yourself to really, tonight, I'm going to let this all wash over me. I'm just going to really relax. The holidays can be stressful. This is a time for you to just really relax. Nah, I like it. Yeah. Does it feel good? Yeah, we need it. And as a matter of fact, when we relax, of course, we have access to who we really are, don't you think? Like, we're so programmed to be stressful and get things done and create goals and make things happen, and our true essence really starts to shine, when we just relax. So I just invite everybody to continue to do that tonight. Tonight, in approximate less than an hour, will be the exact moment of the winter solstice. This has never happened for me in all the programs I've done, where the actual moment of the winter solstice is during the program. So at 8:19, we'll do something. We won't interrupt whatever's going on, but we'll have a little celebratory something at that point. We'll see what happens. But I also wanted to just invite Mr. Shin up, if he would come up. And he's going to tell you, he's a scientist, and he's going to keep it to 1 minute. But yikes. He's going to tell us what is actually going on with the solstice. What does this mean, and why is 8:19 like the solstice? What's up with this? So, Johnny, man?
Well, it's actually very simple. When the Earth goes around the sun, the axis of rotation of the Earth is tilted relative to the rotation around the sun. So instead of the Earth sitting up like this, as it goes around, it actually is tilted. It's tilted like this. So at one point of the orbit, that tilt makes it the northern hemisphere point towards the sun. At the other end of the orbit, the northern hemisphere is pointing away from the sun. So that point at which it's at its maximum degree of pointing away from the sun is in about an hour. Then after that, it's going to come back around to the point for the next 6 months where it's gradually pointing more and more toward the sun again.
Thank you, Mr. Shin. Woo! John's in the house. Thank you, John, very much. That was beautiful. That was fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, amazing. Fantastic. Yeah, so at this wonderful the other thing that it struck me, kind of went, oh, well, so this is really, I mean, we have what we call a new year, right? We have a new year, and it's really based on this exact orbit that John was talking about. The Earth orbiting around the sun is our year, but we've adjusted the calendar a little bit. But in actuality, at 8:19 tonight will be the new year of the sun returning, and it will also, interestingly enough, be the new decade. So we get to celebrate that together. How should we do that? We're doing it. Do you have an idea? Me? Yeah. Yes, I think you should. Voting. Okay, are we going to vote? Yeah. Okay, cool. And are we going to know without a shadow of a doubt that all is well? Yes, we are. In fact, we have a song just all about that a little later on. All is well. And that's something we can relax about too, because the mind likes to get wrapped up in what's going on. But I'm in this perspective that this is a very, very long expanse of time. And there's been many civilizations that have gone through all kinds of things. So this earth will continue to revolve around the sun. People will continue to love each other, have children, and interact with nature. So all is well, and we really can feel that and know that. So, yeah, all is well. So, without further ado, I would like to move this program, get this party started, as they say. And I'd like to introduce Kaleo and Elise Ching. And they are going to do some qigong for us, and Elise is going to do a poem, and here we go.
The first thing I'm going to do is a prayer. It's a Hawaiian prayer. And it calls on the ancestors and the spirit guides. It also welcomes the sun. E akua e kumu mai ola, e kau au mahalo ia, e ku hoiki ola, e nā makua, nā kupuna, nā anela.
Darkness spreads. Darkness spreads through the rhythms of earth, lingers longer and longer. But light is never far. Light seeps through every pore in the hide of night. Light and darkness together, they tangle around you, within you, in a spiral of longing and hope. A spiral of longing and hope. What intention will you offer to the dark womb? What creation will you midwife into the light?
Into the light. Now you can stand or you can sit and do this. You're just going to follow me in some qigong. E akua e kumu mai ola. O divine source of all life. Inspire me. And open this vessel of creation and energy. As I savor the fragrance of earth, help me to release what harms me. And fill me with the beauty of your light and the strength of the Mother, Gaia, as I cleanse and nourish. Cleanse and nourish. In your grace, in your wisdom, and in your love. Amama Uanoa. And we'll do it another time. E aku e kumumaiula. O divine source of all life. Inspire me and open this vessel of creation and energy. As I savor the fragrance of Mother Earth, help me to release what harms me and guide me in loving myself and others. And fill me with the beauty of your light and the strength of Mother Gaia as I cleanse and nourish, cleanse and nourish in your grace, in your wisdom, and your love. Amama.
What intention will you offer to the dark womb?
Uanoa.
And what creation will you midwife into the light?
And I gather the light, and you place it in your womb, in this place of creativity, and just allow it to gestate. Mahalo ke aku maloa aloha no.
Gifts. Thank you, guys. Well, I'm all tingly. Hi, I'm Tyler. Feeling very peaceful. And I just want to take just a second to connect us, because of the specialness of this night, to connect us with the rest of humanity, because this really is remarkable how important these holidays are to our brothers and sisters in time and space on the planet Earth. In other words, the solstice, the understanding of that shortest day, longest night, has been something that has been sacred, has been observed, ritualized, and celebrated all over this earth since long before people started writing anything down. Forget about paper, even writing it down on stone tablets, long before that, because our ancestors in particular are so close to the earth, so centered in the seasons and the moon and the stars, really understood the changes that the planet was going through, and they depended on them. So it was really something crucial to them to be connected to those cycles, and I love that we're here tonight to do that as well. So I'm just going to sort of set the scene for you a little bit in two different places and times, just to kind of give a little flavor of how humans have acknowledged the beauty and the majesty of this passing that we're having, this turning, and also the sacredness of it. And I think if we could summarize the sort of tone the basic idea of human celebrations around the solstice in every culture, in every time, it's sacred ritual followed by party. Now, we're going to start in ancient Rome, and they definitely did it this way. So imagine we are in the temple of Saturn, okay, because we are going to be celebrating the Saturnalia. And this was an extremely important holiday in Roman times. So we're in the temple of Rome, and the priests are performing a ritual, and there's chanting, and there's response from those of us in the audience, and there's huge statues of Saturn and other gods around. Saturn, one of his attributes, he's a god of agriculture, and so the harvest and the bringing in of all the food and the things that we've grown throughout the year is being celebrated at this time. So that whole ceremony happens, but then we go out in the street, and in the public spaces of Rome, there is a giant public banquet for everybody called a convivium, and everyone was invited. And not only was it cool to be out in the street with everybody having free food, but there were some interesting twists on the social norms that were happening during this festival. One of which was the sort of class system was completely leveled, right? So you would be at a table in which a slave and his master, it's true, Rome was a slave society, were sitting there together, just eating. Or even the master was serving the slave. Or even the slave could get up and criticize the master. You look really ridiculous, and with no fear of punishment. So all of those social hierarchies were leveled. There was a conical felt cap that you wore to signal you were a free person. Everybody could wear it. The slaves would wear it as well. There was a tradition of gift giving at this time. So throughout the multiple days of the Saturnalia, people were giving gifts. But if you gave a big, ostentatious, expensive gift to somebody, you were signaling that you were higher than them socially. So the tradition was to give little, weird, funny gag gifts, like one sausage, or a parrot, or something that didn't really make a lot of sense, a stick. There was also some little figurines that were given frequently. So everybody was really having fun. Now, there was also some serious partying. Gambling was normally either completely illegal or very frowned upon in public places. Gambling was totally allowed during Saturnalia. So everybody was rolling the dice and having fun. And there was a fair amount of alcohol being consumed, a lot of wine flowing. There are some writers who said, it's Saturnalia, so I need to go take a break because it's so loud outside, So you can imagine all this craziness in the street. There's shouts of, "Oi, Saturnalia!" From everybody throughout. So there was a lot of fun. There was sometimes even a person elected who was sort of the king of the Saturnalia, the precept. Later in the Middle Ages, this person was sometimes called the Lord of Misrule. And they could tell anybody to do anything they wanted, and you had to do it. Take off all your clothes, go stand over there and sing a song. And the person had to do it. Or pour that cup of water on his head, Just kind of goofy stuff. And this person was making fun of that social hierarchy and when sort of taking apart the pretense of the ruler and the ruled. So we had the ceremony to Saturn. We had the solemn observance. We had the thank you for the harvest. And then we go out in the streets and go a little nuts. So that was the Saturnalia. A different way that I think is also beautiful is with some of the Native American tribes. The one that I have learned about from the Hopi people is interesting, and that would be geographically what we would think of as northern Arizona today. At the time, didn't have that name, of course, but the Hopi have, of course, a very deep connection to the earth and its cycles. In particular, they were growers. They were farmers. Some native tribes did not grow their own food, but these folks were very dependent on the sun and the water and all those cycles. So they definitely needed the solstice, and they had a ceremony called the soyal. So now imagine we are in an underground chamber called a kiva, and it's very dark. And we're about to have this ritual ceremony that celebrates the return of the sun. 16 days ago, a dancer came into the village representing one of the kachinas. The kachinas are sort of spirit-like characters that the Hopi have, the spirits that come to help them and sort of intercede with the Creator on their behalf in particular aspects of life. Each Kachina has some influence over. There are over 300 Kachinas. But this one Kachina who comes at the very beginning of the festival, 16 days ago, is dressed as an old man in rags, and he kind of limps into the center of the dance plaza, and everyone's watching his motion, right? He's very important. And then he sort of starts singing a song very quietly. Nobody can even hear it. It's so sacred that no one can hear it. It's not meant to be heard. Isn't that an interesting concept? So throughout those 16 days, then they're preparing for this ritual. They make beautiful prayer sticks. The children are given doll representations of the Kachinas as gifts. So again, there's that gift-giving side to it. And then in the kiva, on the moment of the actual solstice, a dancer enters representing the sun with a huge headdress, and there are other dancers with shields on either side, and the sun figure is being sort of buffeted back and forth, and there's this suspense, is the sun going to survive? Because the way the Hopi saw it, the sun had been literally moving farther away from Earth. They weren't too far off, were they, John? Throughout since the summer solstice. And now it was their job to set things right so that it would start its long journey back. So the dancer goes through these motions, the shield bearers are pushing it back, and finally the dancer triumphs. There's also a serpent figure, which is the spirit that would swallow the sun, like what happens during an eclipse. And so at the last minute, they throw some food to the serpent figure, who roars with approval and decides, I'm not going to swallow up the sun. And so everyone's very happy, and the sun has survived. And now they come out into the central plaza, and the sun is coming up, right? So here we are in this new day for the sun, the new year, as Jenny said it. And a great deal of dancing happens there. So this is the party part. But also very important is storytelling. And so they would sit around the fire and tell stories. But this was the way to say how connected we are to the sun, how grateful we are, how humble we are in appreciating this moment, this season. So I just wanted to share those with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. How about that? Let's find out a little something about the history of the solstice. There's so many ways that it's celebrated. And here's another way we're going to celebrate it. Mary Feynman is going to be sharing some of her music with us.
We're on. As we move in our lives from stages of light to dark or darkness to light, however the journey seems, we want to take care of ourselves and also feel that we are taken care of. Shekhinah is the Hebrew term for the feminine presence of the divine in the world. And the title of my song is Shekhinah, or Take Good Care of Yourself. As you wander in this world, as you walk along your way, know that love is all around you. She's never gone away. You've been carried in her arms. You are sheltered by her goodness. Help her guard your soul, your body from all harm. Take good care of yourself. Take good care of yourself. as you wander in this world, as you proceed along your way, 'cause you bring me to my knees with the love that you have shown, and I could not ask for more than I've received. Take good care of yourself, take good care of yourself as you wander in this world, as you proceed along your way, 'cause you bring me to my knees with the love that you have shown, and I could not ask for more than I've received. No, I could not ask for more than I've received. Thank you so much. My second piece also is a Hebrew title. It's the word savlanut, also begins with an S. And it could be translated roughly as patience or endurance. As was explained to me by a very wise teacher, though, patience is not about our ability to wait, but rather our willingness to simply stay with the present moment at all times. Isn't that an eye-opener? Not just the easy times we so desire, but the challenging times, the shortest day of the year times, with winter still ahead. Can we find within ourselves the patience, or as I've been thinking, perhaps it's the courage, to simply stay with the present moment? So this is savlanut.
Well, those of you who know me know I like to bring in some of the old tunes again, but maybe to remind us of the messages that you might not have heard before. I hear this song as reminding us to sing in the darkness. Thank you, Tyler. To sing through the darkness and to raise up and take flight again, no matter what's gone on. Themes that I can certainly relate to. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive.
Love hearing those songs. It's just so beautiful. And John does such a beautiful, beautiful job of reminding us of all that gorgeous music that we've grown up around and lived through and lived with. And I'm going to invite Oscar to come back up. And he's going to come up now. And we're going to have a short sound ceremony where you just really just let yourself relax. It's like an indigenous, kind of celebration, and it's a very delicious way to just let the sound roll over you. Let it just roll and enjoy and relax.
Thank you.
How's that for dreamy?
I want to say bye with this one.
Oh, let's say goodbye.
Come on, come on.
Whoa, what?
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Oscar, so much for your beautiful presence, your beautiful music, your beautiful son. Oscar Reynolds. He will have. You have your CDs with you?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. So he'll have CDs available afterwards in the community room. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So please support this beautiful artist. Yeah.
Thank you
Yes.
very much again. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Oscar. And we are going to move into a slightly different energy now, but flowing right along with it. And I'm going to introduce, at this moment, okay, I'll let that alone. I'm going to introduce Christopher Johnson at the piano, his composition with dancers, I blew that, Katie Reggiani and Marilyn Matson. And Christopher will tell you a little bit about his composition and what's happening here. Is this in the way? Is that in the way?
This piece is called Nocturne, and my understanding of the form Nocturne is a piece that seems to summon up the energy or the feeling of darkness or night. And so here we are in the darkest and the longest night of the year, and we get through it somehow, and we wait eagerly for the dawn.
Christopher Johnson. His composition, Marilyn Matson and Katie Reggiani. Wasn't that just beautiful? Yeah. And guess what time it is? It's 1 minute until the solstice right now. And I'm actually going to change up the program a little bit for just a second, John. We're going to change up the program because at 8:19, I'd like to ask Dwight and Rika to play their dance. Okay? Dwight, tell us a little bit about the dance and leap into it because we're all invited. It's almost the solstice. As this music starts, you move your arms or get up and move a little bit. It's just a really fun, light. So, Dwight, go for it. I'm sorry to change that, but it's such a perfect way for us to acknowledge that moment. And thank you for your flexibility, Dwight.
Certainly. I actually had more to say about the other piece, which has to do with the greenery and bringing in symbols of nature and the Tannenbaum, the elements of nature that people would celebrate with, bring them into the house to commemorate the hardiness of nature making it through to the next season. The song we're going to play right now is Jig hoch 2, which means jig squared. It's a little play on what a jig actually is. It's in the duple meter, and you're welcome to get up and dance, which is the ultimate way of celebrating any feast. So please feel free to move.
And take a look at the clock, everybody. Oops, just turned. Here we go. Thank you, Dwight. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, Happy New Decade. Thank you all so much. Was that fun? Thank you, Dwight. Thank you, Rika. That what a wonderful, joyous time. So why don't you go ahead and move ahead with your next song and tell us about it a bit.
So this song is called Virtual Tinsel, and of course tinsel represents the icicles on the Tannenbaum, which is one of the trees that they brought inside the house to celebrate nature and the perseverance of the tree, because the Tannenbaum stays green all year, including in the coldest months of winter. Mistletoe, holly, ivy, all of these elements of nature were brought in as part of the winter celebrations and for the solstice. So, virtual tinsel. is the name of the piece.
You're on this one, Jenny.
Okay. So what do you have to tell everybody about this song, Johnny?
As we move into this new decade, new year, we want to welcome in the light, and a simple affirmation I'm offering here that's in a simple tune, one that everyone's familiar with, I'm sure. Kumbaya is the tune, but with the lyrics instead of all is well.
All is well now. All is well. All is well now. All is well. All is well now. All is well. Deep within me, all is well. All is well now. All is well. All is well now. All is well. All is well now. All is well. Deep within me. All is well. All is well now. All is well. All is well now. All is well. All is well now. All is well. Deep within me. All is well. Deep within me. All is well. Thank you, John. We're
Let's get
celebrating
this
the
right.
light now. We're in the light. The light has come. We're heading back towards summer already in the summer sun. And can't you just feel it? Listen, darlings, I come from Chicago. I was just there. It's like 17 degrees, so hold on.
Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always gets me high. If I had a gift that I could give to you, I'd give to you a day just like today. If I had a song that I could sing for you, I'd sing a song for sunshine all the while. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost all the time gets me high. Sunshine almost always makes me high. Sunshine almost always.
Thank you, John. Melty, melty. Thank you very much.
Okay, we got choir.
That's very nice.
Delighted to have the choir along on this song, and this is a song you'll all recognize too. So I love it when everybody sings along. So just join in. Here we go. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smile's returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. It's alright. And we have Tyler joining us on the keyboards, and Larry, our sound engineer, is also doing drums for us tonight. Thank you for is Scott up? Oh, Scott's there. I didn't see that. Cool. Hi, Scott. Fabulous. Okay. You might remember this song. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now, love,
with love. What the world needs now. Love, sweet love. No, not just for one, but for everyone. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Wait for it. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. You got the let the sun shine. You got the let the sun shine in. Open up your arms, shine in. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Open up your heart. You got the open up your heart. Shine in. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Let the sun shine. Oh, let it shine. One more time. Let the sun shine. The sun shine. The sun Happy solstice, everybody. I want to thank all the wonderful people that participated tonight. And I want to thank all of you for coming and being with us. You know there's a nice, beautiful feast over there waiting for us in the community room. Let's continue the party, and much, much love from all of us to all of you, to all around the world. 1, 2, 3, boom! Boom! Woo! One more time. 1, 2, 3, boom! We just made a bomb of love.
Love explosion.
Thank you all so much for coming.
Party
We'll see
time.
you outside. And don't forget to thank Oscar and buy a CD. Thank you so much.